What's happening today regarding George Floyd's murder at the hands of Derek Chauvin and those other Minneapolis police and the riots and the protests very much reminded me of the movie Training Day, starring Denzel Washington and Ethan Hawke. And so I wanted to shoot a video looking back on that movie and what it means for what's happening today. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Dr. Anwar Youssef Dunbar. This is Big Discussions 76 Entertainment and Media. First of all, please like this video, please share it, and please subscribe to my channel. Well, of all four channels, this channel has gotten the least amount of love, but I hope to change that soon, as you know, some time is opening up in terms of all of the projects I've been working on, and I have some ideas of what I want to do with this channel moving forward. So I hope to start uploading more content here, older content and newer content. But based upon what's happening now in terms of George Floyd's murder at the hands of those Minneapolis police officers and the resulting protests and riots, as I was driving back to the Washington, D.C. area last week, I thought about the movie Training Day, starring Denzel Washington and Ethan Hawke. And it's a very memorable movie for numerous reasons. I think a lot of us remember that movie because of I think that's when Denzel won the Oscar, and of all of the legendary roles that he played over the years, he just happened to win the Oscar for playing a crooked cop in Los Angeles, who had his hands in all number of things. So I think from a general standpoint, that made a lot of news at that time because of that. But it was still a very good movie. So in the movie, in Training Day, Jake Hoyt, played by Ethan Hawke, he's either transferring precincts or he's coming straight up from the academy. I think he's transferring precincts. But he gets paired up with Alonzo Harris, played by Denzel Washington. And he basically goes into that, his new assignment, basically naive, bright-eyed, and bushy-tailed. And throughout the day, he sees another side of his public service that he didn't see. And he finds out that Denzel turns out to be, or should I say Alonzo, turns out to be a crooked cop who's got his hands in all kinds of, you know, nefarious activities. And, he has Ethan Hawke smoke a joint as they're, cruising down the expressway. And he has him, howl like a wolf. And he goes into inner city neighborhoods where he has a girlfriend, or should I say a baby mama, and a young son, and where he has bullied and had all kinds of unscrupulous dealings with residents of those neighborhoods, of that neighborhood. So he has all kinds of dark dealings as a police officer. And at one point he utters the famous words, "King Kong has nothing over me." So, you know, the one scene that really stood out to me in my mind as I was driving back from my hometown of Buffalo was the scene where Alonzo gathers together about 5 to 6 other crooked cops to rob a drug dealer who was an older white gentleman who seemed to lived in a very nice home, who you wouldn't think was a drug dealer himself. But they Denzel and his other crooked cops conspire to rob this older white gentleman because Denzel has a debt to pay off from some incident, I believe in Las Vegas, involving the Russian mafia, and so he needs this money, and so they basically invade this guy's home while he's there. They rob his stash of money and drugs, and then they shoot him. And Ethan Hawke, Jake Hoyt, he can't believe all this is going on, and then before the rest of the police force show up, they say, okay, well, one of us has to take a bullet to make it look like this guy we just robbed shot at us, and we were justified in killing him. So, they pick one of the guys. By the way, Dr. Dre is a part of this crew as well. From Dr. Dre from NWA and Death Row Records, and Aftermath Records. And so one of the cops, in his bulletproof vest, he kind of readies himself to get shot, and I think Alonzo shoots him, and the bullet goes through the bulletproof vest. And so it's a pretty riveting scene, and Ethan Hawke, again, he can't believe all of this is going on, even though they offer him some money. Say, here, new guy, take some money. You're going to get a piece of this. And it's at that point in the movie where his values override the ability of him to use his badge for these types of activities. And Denzel and the rest of the guys look at him and they say, you know what, this guy, he's not one of us. He's pretty dangerous, and we need to get rid of him. So, what that made me think about, and what the entire movie, I think, kind of suggests, is that yes, you have good cops and bad cops, and there are a ton of things going on out there that we in the civilian population have no idea of what's going on. Cops deal with a lot. That is a stressful and a dangerous and a hazardous job, and there are things that they see every day, depending upon the neighborhood that they are policing, that we have no idea of. There's violence involved. There are all kinds of things involved, but there are also crooked cops who are using their weapons, their tasers, their batons, and just their power to take place in crooked and criminal activities. And I think that it was, I watched a documentary or two on Tupac Shakur's death, and some Los Angeles cops were implicated in Tupac's death. So there's a whole ton of things, while we occasionally see these incidents of police brutality leak out, there are a ton of things that we don't know and that we don't even see going on. And I think that, as I said in the video I taped over on my original channel, what we ultimately need is the most fair policing possible, and the most accountability possible on the part of our legal system and our law enforcement systems as well. So that's just a brief look back at Training Day. I didn't get too deep into characters and plot, just to say that, and I just wanted to say that it reminded me of what's going on today, because we don't know what our law enforcement officials are doing when no one's looking. We trust them to do the right things, but we never know, and we don't know, and we know that while there are good cops, there are also bad cops. The other thing about the movie, and all the movies that take place in Los Angeles, whether it's Falling Down or Collateral, um, as a Buffalo kid, all of those movies make Los Angeles look like a fun place to live. That's just me. In any case, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Please like this video, please share it, and please subscribe to this channel. And if I can find Training Day on my Fire Stick, I might just watch it again today, just because. So I'm going to stop here. As always, remember that your attitude determines your altitude. Stay safe out there, and take care, and I will talk to you the next time. Bye-bye.